There you go.
Hey, maybe it'll work now. Okay.
Thanks, Andrew.
Can anybody on Zoom message or let us know if it's working now? We pushed the button on the speaker here.
It said it's working.
It says working now. Okay, good. Caught that.
Thank you, Carrie. I won't repeat myself for Zoom, but visit the library's website if you have information on what's going on at the Lead Public Library. ClarendonPublicLibrary.org. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for turning the volume back on for me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Carrie Falk. I'm the director at the Shenandoah Public Library, and I just wanted to share just a little bit about what we're going to be doing in Shenandoah this summer, as well as mention a couple of upcoming things during the month of May. Right now, we do have the art walk going on at the library, and that is for K through 12 students in the Shenandoah School District. So we have artwork from the elementary school students in the children's area downstairs, and then throughout the upstairs we have artwork from middle school and high school students. And we've done this for a number of years, and it's always just, it blows me away every time I look at the quality and caliber of artwork from the kids in the school district. So it's really neat to be able to host that every year. And so that'll be today and tomorrow and Saturday. And then Friday at 4:30, there's an artist reception. So that's for all the high school students. And they will all be there with their artwork. And so the other thing that I should probably mention, since Andrew mentioned Joan Wells, she's going to do trick roping in Clarinda. Well, she's going to sing cattle trails and songs of the Old West in Shenandoah, and that will be next Tuesday, the 7th of May at 4:30 in the afternoon. So we will have her, so you can put on your stomping boots and your cowboy hats and come out and sing with us. Now moving on to summer reading program. This year's theme is Read, Review, Repeat. And so all of the Page County libraries are going to be doing programs and activities that kind of go along with that theme. As you see, we've got bingo cards for reading, and they can pick whatever type of books they want to read based on the bingo squares, and they can get bingos all the way up to a blackout. We're doing a scavenger hunt each month. Also, take and make crafts. So as you can see our fun craft here, we're trying to clean out our craft closet. So notice old CDs and yarn, things that we need to get rid of. We also have cloth bags that we're making in several different sizes, and so there is just a series of classes for that. Can you tell that Joy really should have been working at Joann's instead of the library? But we're using that talent and enjoying her skills there. And then we're also going to have a story walk each month downtown, and we have Wednesday afternoon special programs, and those are at 1 o'clock. And you can see those on the calendars as well as the little page that's got a list of those. So now I'm going to move on to Essex. Sabrina contacted me last night and sends her regrets. She would have really liked to have made it, but they have a large group coming in on Thursday mornings, and so it didn't work out for her, which I told her is a really good problem to have. Yes. So she reminded me that their summer reading program is going to run June 3rd through August 14th. On Tuesdays, they will have a craft day. Wednesdays is their story time. Thursdays, they're doing STEM activities, and Fridays, they have movie matinees. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Essex. She will have calendars posted on her website soon, but she does not have those ready just yet. And some of her special events include making rock candy, planting pineapple tops, also doing some seed planting, repurposed glass bottles to make sea glass, elephant tusk bubbles, wind boats. They're going to make some jewelry, and they're going to do some junk journaling and play games that go along with the theme, like Ticket to Ride and Trekking the National Park. So she's got a lot of stuff planned for her summer reading program. And then I did not hear specifically from Coin, but I do know that they've been doing some Saturday programming that's really gone over well with their kids, and I assume they will probably continue that on into the summer and doing some other things, because we talked a couple of weeks ago, not specifically about summer, but just some of the things that they're doing in Coin. So it's been really nice to see what they're working on there, and that it seems to be very well received by the community. And it sounded like they had their first May breakfast yesterday since COVID. Yeah, and so I know there was a good turnout for that.
Okay.
So, any questions for any of us about any of the library plans for summer?
It's going to be a busy summer.
It is going to be a busy summer, yes.
Busy calendar.
Yeah, you got that.
All righty, well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yes.
Going over that. Okay. Well, number 7 on the agenda is resolution 31. Angie's here, I see. Depository resolution.
Good morning. I just need to update the depository resolution to allow for the jail bond proceeds. So it's just an increase in 2 of the bank balances that I'm allowed.
So I move that we approve resolution number 31, 2024, the depository resolution.
A second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there discussion on that? It's all of our balances, all the banks.
Yep.
We can read them if you want.
Yeah, it's not our current balances, it's just the allowable balance that I
Allowable
can
that we
carry,
can,
correct?
okay.
I have to be within that for the
Range.
auditors.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Whoa.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, number 8 there is resolution 30. Rescinding the current moratorium on CWEX application. Tabled that.
Yeah, so I sent what, Carl and Eric both had gotten back to me. I forwarded that on to you guys, but, so I know one thing that Eric did say was that there is some discrepancy in the CWAX versus just the WCS. And so I don't know what, you know, maybe later today there's some of that we'll find out, but until we, I don't know, and I guess I don't understand if we'd have to amend that resolution, so to make it change that word all the way through, so it's the same, so we're talking about the same thing if we run the risk. So I'm not sure what we should do there, or if we're covered. And
Do you want to wait till
did
after
you-
we discuss it with Eric?
yeah, if we can. Did I send that return that I got from Carl? Did I send that on to you too? Did you see that?
I don't know if I saw that.
Was it another one after Eric's?
It was before Eric's. Yeah, Carl got back to me before.
I don't think so.
Basically saying it was fine.
Yeah.
The wording was okay.
And I think Eric didn't really have a problem with that part of it.
Okay.
But
I think the moratorium's gonna run out here in a few weeks anyway. We need to make
Yeah.
plans, so.
Okay. I guess I would ask what your guys' thoughts are.
I don't know. I think it's probably okay.
I don't have a problem with approving it, to rescind it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
I'll make a motion then that we rescind resolution 30-2024, the current moratorium on C-WECS permit applications.
I'll second that.
okay. Got a motion and a second, or discussion on that? If not, I guess we'll move.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay. Sign that. All right, number 9, we have the Samuels Group. Give us an update on the jail progress.
Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Jeff Curtis from the Samuels Group. We're here this morning to kind of give you a progress update where we're sitting at with the jail design, next steps moving forward, and what we're anticipating that we're going to see with the bidding process. So far to date, working directly with the county team and with Venture Architects and all their folks there, we're still maintaining our current footprint of roughly that 19,740 square feet. Interior finishes, nice thing about having the sheriff and all of the folks involved, this building here is going to be just the necessities. We are not going with a whole lot of bells and whistles, lots of fancy paints, glasses. This building here is going to be what it's designed to do. Sheriff's Department, dispatch, and take care of the offenders. In doing so, a lot of fits and finishes, let's say carpeting, minimal selections, paints, minimal selections. HVAC system and everything, of course, that's going to be designed for this building with the necessary two-code issues that, or information that we need to have. So in doing that, we've had multiple meetings on site here with everybody, and then a lot of virtual meetings. With the virtual meetings, nice thing about that, we can utilize different softwares like Bluebeam to where we can mark up drawings with everybody's questions and concerns or changes that we need to do. So that's been an ongoing process. I would say right now our design documents, CD documents are at the 80 to 85% stage. We do have a virtual page turn, we call that, that is set up for the 22nd. That'll be a 95% review. And again, that's getting down to where we're going to be to the point of releasing the documents. We are planning right now to set the documents out to the public on June 11th for bidding. That'll be roughly a 4-week cycle to get the bids back. Bids back are going to be due on July 11th. In between those two dates, we will be holding a pre-bid meeting, and the plan will be to have it here at the courthouse, or excuse me, at the facility here in this boardroom for any interested contractors to come in. The architects, all the design team will be here to answer any questions, to clean up any potential thoughts or processes with the design documents. We will then issue, all questions have to be sent to the architects by the 28th of June. On July 8th will be what we call our last addendums are going to be due. Clean up any of the rest of the contractual information prior to bid dates. Bid dates, again, the bid date will be July 11th at 2 o'clock. Once those bids are received, of course, we'll do our bid vetting process, go through, make sure we're maintaining our budget. With that process of vetting of the contracts, once we come in under budget or we release the contracts that we need to do, we'll start releasing those contracts. The primary contracts we're going to be interested in releasing right away are going to be what we call our long lead items. Our structural steels, our footings, our foundations, our precast. In talking with multiple folks, precasters, we're seeing right now if we can place a order by the mid part of August, we can anticipate precast right around the end of September, middle part of October. So everything seems to be trending well there. Site work that's been done to date, geotechnical has been done, finding out the soils are good. We're not anticipating, as of right now, any potential issues with undercapacity soils. That was performed by Team Services. Site topographic has been done along with site survey. That was done by Snyder and Associates. Again, no issues there. We are currently setting our easement, the legal definition to get the utility easement coming off the west side of the Tractor Supply Company to get into the sanitaries, the waters, that type of situation. So that seems to be working well. We already know that going on to Mid-Am's property, there's not enough room with the fencing. That's roughly about 5 foot off their property line there. So right now it's working directly with the landlord, who is based out of Kansas City, where the landlord is on that one. Again, our long lead items that we're anticipating: generator, switchgear. Sore subject with everybody in the industry right now. We're seeing anywhere from 10 to 12-month lead times on those. And that's just where it's at right now. In talking with Tony from the Sheriff's Department, the county here, we can buy the generator through the Department of Administrative Services. They have a buyer's group called Wellmark, isn't that correct, Tony? Sourcewell. By doing that, again, we can get that released sooner than later. We're seeing a definite price savings in that from what we were originally doing an allocation for a generator cost on, which is going to bode well for our overall budget when we look at that. Electrical switchgear, again, pretty well landlocked on that. Whoever ends up being the winning contractor for the electrical portion, that'll be definitely an area of when we get the submittals, getting that process going, to get that equipment released right away. When it comes to the bidding, right now we're anticipating 9 different bid packages. And when we say, of course, bid packages, we mean anywhere from what we'll call the general contractor, precasting, food services, electrical, plumbing, HVAC. We're going to break those out into individual bid packages, again, to help with the overall markup on the project, and then also getting us the best value for what we want. Now into what we're anticipating, what we're seeing right now for overall budget. Everybody wants to know what those numbers are coming in at as of right now. Currently, we did a pricing exercise on our 50% CD drawings on April 15th with the design contingency, construction contingency, along with the kitchen equipment, and like I said, construction. We're trending right about that 17.1. With that 50% plan sharing that we did, we then went into what we call value engineering, started looking at areas of savings that we can anticipate. In doing so, one of the big items that came across was our generator. Right now, we can anticipate savings of roughly about $100,000 on that going through the state. With that, within that 17.1, of course, we are carrying that 5% construction contingency. That is at $815,000, is what that comes out to be. So again, that is the pot of money that the county and you guys control. Nothing comes out of that money until everybody decides that is a warranted change order to take care of that situation. We are also carrying an additional $50,000 for site drainage over and above what's shown on the contract documents. Just in case the DNR comes in, so we have to have additional areas here, we're carrying another $50,000 in that line item also. One thing that we'll do after the bids come in, and we see we have no design scopes, gaps, or anything like that, we can utilize the potential of dropping our construction contingency. If we were to drop the construction contingency down to 3%, which would be roughly $450,000, again, that'll bring back save us roughly about $360,000 on overall budget as of right now. But again, we want to caution everybody, we want to keep that contingency at that 5%. But again, that is something that'll be shown as a separate line item. And of course, we'll come in front of the county on a monthly basis, letting you know exactly where we're at with those numbers. Any questions you have for me right now?
So you're meeting all the time and doing all this stuff? Mm-hmm. Not heard a thing about any of this. So when is this going on? All these meetings and plannings and all these things you're doing?
As far as the overall design-wise,
Well, here and everywhere else, you said you keep meeting here and doing things. When does that happen?
been not going on an ongoing basis. We send it to the design team and the overall team here. I guess the main question I have for you is, the overall design hasn't changed from what we were looking at. The inmate capacity hasn't changed.
Where is it sitting out there? Have you moved where it's sitting, or?
Yes.
So we know nothing about that. The board doesn't know a thing right about that.
Okay.
So we need to probably be
Okay.
know what's going on.
I do have a civil set of plans back on the table that I can show to you folks right after this. We did get that to the most optimal point on that property plat, to where utilizing the existing topo to where we don't have to worry about doing a lot of site prep work with that, along also aiding in the gravity feed for our sanitary system. So currently, right now, the way the property or the building is sitting on the county. We're also into that property line for the city and the county. The building's sitting basically right and centered on that is how it's trending right now.
Is there communication when these meetings happen that you guys
Yeah, we have no
mail
idea
out
when
to
it's
us,
gonna
so we know if, or
Board
do
not be
you?
in contact with
We
us.
sure can. The last meetings have been like, do you want the intercom on the left side of the door,
Oh,
or do you want it on the right
I mean,
side?
we don't have to be at every single one,
That's what he's talking about, these design
Well, the
meetings. We're
site-
not-
the site thing might be a big
Well,
thing.
the
Kinda
the
matters.
site location is still the same location. We moved it 100 foot to the east, rather than what was
Just
originally.
be nice to know when this is
Okay.
happening. The board does not
That's what the change has been about the site
have
location.
any
It's
idea
boring, so-
what's going on. So I would like, wherever, we ought to at least know what's going on, or you're having the meeting, so
Yeah, the majority of the meetings have been by teams. They've been virtual.
that'd be easy to join into, so.
It would. The only question that was brought up to me was, once we get more than one involved, or did we have to have an agenda, and we don't know what the agenda is, and
Well, he's
that's
gotta
the
have-
issue that we run into, so.
One of us sitting there, so,
Okay, 100%.
yeah, if that happens from this point on, we need to see everything you've done so far too, all these things. That's what you're trying to tell us today.
So has your IT department released your permissions to get onto Procore, or construction management? I think all you guys did receive invites for those.
Saw invites, but I haven't been able to log into it.
Yeah, all the documents that we're doing are on there.
Along with the meetings, along with
Presently.
cost estimates and cost opinions are all
They
contained
told us
in there.
about those in the very beginning, so.
Yeah, and I
we have-
tried to log
We've
in.
had the opportunity to do that.
Have you been able to log in, or have you tried?
Not received an email anywhere saying this is going on, so I'd like to have an email to say, hey, we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow.
That was in the beginning, Jacob.
Okay, well, I'm asking
When
right
they
now
released
again, and it needs to happen.
Yes, sir.
Because we should at least be made aware as things
If
move
there's
along.
issues, who do I reach out, just to reach out to Corey then? If I can't log in, or if there's something that,
Double check that you can get through your firewall on that, and then if it comes for additional help getting logged in and navigating that website, please call me directly.
okay.
It's been a long time since we've heard anything, and I kind of asked, hey, what, I wonder what's going on, so we reached, I did have an email out, to, I think, Greg, maybe a month ago, saying something happened, I assumed nothing was happening. Because we've
Okay.
had no communication for quite a while, so
Understood?
I'm glad you came in here today and kind of told us what's happening. We need to go over all this again, kind of look at it and
Okay.
see what's happening.
We will be on the monthly agenda moving forward on a monthly basis, giving you all the further updates. Of course, the big one will be, like I said, our pre-bid meeting, again, that'll be open to the public. I'll get you all those dates. You will see calendar invites coming out for all these dates to everybody on the board as far as what we're anticipating there. And then we have that virtual meeting tomorrow doing with security electronics. Anybody who wants to be involved in that, let me know. Again, it's slated for a 3-hour design meeting or finalizing of a design meeting. A lot of information. Sometimes with the agencies that we have on board, this is their forte.
Yeah.
And they're in direct contact with Delbert, the state inspector, been multiple conversations going on with him also. So everything is being designed according to what the state is going to require us to do. And again, with, for instance, one of the first meetings we had looking at the overall footprint of the building, landscaping and stuff like that, it was plain and simple. We don't need landscaping. We want rock around the perimeter of the building to make it a safe, clear area, lighting to minimize anybody potentially hiding anything, and that's all we're going to do. In the jail area, where let's say the offenders will have traffic, where the working areas, that is all going to be sealed concrete. There's, again, very baseline, pure necessity type building. That's what we're designing this for. If, of course, or we do come in under budget, and we decide we want to add an accent wall here for as far as paint goes, we can always add those down the line. Right now, we're trending, we want to maintain that 16.7 that was promised to you and the public, and that's where we're going to maintain this.
I think we had to put our confidence in you guys to do it, and Tony and you at the jail, who know what's going on and know the specs and the HVAC and all of that, which we don't really know.
I'd sure like to know what's going on. We're sitting on this board for a reason, Judy, to look at what's going on.
That's
So,
fine, but we don't know all the
no,
specifics.
we can sure look at it, so, and be included in the information. So,
I think it's just, it'd be nice just to have the communication out there, and if we wanna, if something is, that we're interested in, or maybe we have, cause like I said, I'm not gonna know all the answers, but just as long as I kinda have a feeling of what the steps are and how things are going, then I feel like I'm at least a little bit in the know.
Fully
yeah,
understood.
so need more communication.
We will give you, I will give you all the communication until you tell me to stop
and
giving you so
notice.
much information.
And notice when it's going on, because
100%.
when it comes down to some of these things, we do need to know what's going on, so.
So once we get through the bidding process, of course, then we will have full owner contractor meetings. That'll be done on a bi-weekly basis. You guys would definitely be welcome to come to any of those. The only thing that I would like further clarification on is, I know there are some statutes, if we have more than 2 board members at a meeting, then we got to go into a full
Just have an
notice.
agenda.
Yeah.
I'd have an
So-
agenda, yeah.
Typically on our OAC meetings, those are done bi-weekly. We do send out agendas that will be to everybody that's invited on that. Just as long as that satisfies the legal end here in the state, 100% no issues with that whatsoever. My phone is always on. My phone's on 24/7. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, dissatisfied with something. We want to know about it ahead of time instead of letting it fester. That's not what we're here to do. All of our books are going to be fully open, fully transparent. You'll see exactly where all these come in. When it comes to the overall vetting of the bids, We will have all those put together in bid tabulation. We will sit down with you folks here to let you know who we recommend, who we don't recommend, and if it falls within our budget to do so. Is what we're going to plan on doing this one. All the bid packages will be required to have a bid bond and also a payment and performance bond. So just as long as the contractor can bond fully on his bid package, they're a viable bidder, but they will have to be bonded. And that'll be 100% of the value of the contract. In doing so with Procore, once we get everybody on board with the contracts, overall project schedule will be set. That'll be uploaded into Procore also. So again, Procore, if you get bored one evening and you decide you want to cruise and see, look at daily log and see pictures, that's what it's designed to do. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. You can see exactly where everything's at. Inspections, when it comes to, let's say, concrete inspections, soil testing, we will put that out for a request for quote, make sure we get the best quote we can with the very reputable soil tester or concrete tester. That'll be something that we carry the line item in the budget for. Ultimately, they represent you, the county. They do not represent the contractor that's pouring the concrete or doing the footings and foundations. Again, that leads to fully transparent process. That way nothing can get, let's say, clouded or misjudged. Again, fully clean. It'll have to be an accredited agency, no different with any of the weld inspections, CWI inspections. Again, that is something that will be fully clear, transparent. Everything will be captured in Procore. And I can walk you through on Procore if you want to know when items get changed in Procore. There's a tracking function. You will start getting lots of emails when anything changes within Procore. Again, that is this one way of communicating and going through that route there. But please, most important communication is give me a call. Like I said, my phone's on 24/7. My plan is to be very intimate with this project from stem to stern.
I think if we put the bi-weekly meetings on our agenda every week, then we can do that.
Correct.
As long as we don't make a decision, the three of us can be present.
Okay.
But if we're gonna make a decision, then we have to have it on the agenda.
Yeah,
Understood.
going forward, the meetings going forward will be a lot more of board involvement than what they've been previously. You know, like I said, tomorrow is a 3-hour meeting about how high we want the camera mounted on the wall, and do we want it pointed northeast or northwest, and so.
Building automation,
The technical things.
demo.
Yeah.
The things that don't change the bid, they don't change the building, they don't change anything, it's just a matter of what type of furnishings we're putting in. Those are the meetings that we've been having that you guys haven't been invited to.
Okay.
So don't get me wrong.
Laying out of where it sits and how it sits in the land, that we should have been a part of that.
Well,
So
like I
even
said,
just hearing the
It's in the same
situation.
location it was, with the exception of about
But
100
moving
foot
it around,
after the soil borings came in, we had to move it to find the compaction that we needed, so.
So the big issue when it came to the location of the building, of course, is the overall sanitary out there in SC Drive ended up being about 2 foot higher than what we anticipated.
I understand, we just should have been part of just hearing this and as we go through it.
Gotcha.
Moving the building around, we should have at least heard what was happening as it was
It's still
happening.
in the same footprint.
So,
I have a set of plans back here, Jacob, that will be yours. Keep in mind, these aren't what we call the ICFs issued for construction. When I say a set of plans, we have the overall building footprint. We have essentially what we call the ceiling plan showing the different security corridors and where we need to have that information at. You have a copy of that and the overall site plan with that, where the building lays out there. It is not the full civil plan to where you can see it's northern, easting, this location, that location. I can get you that information also.
well, say we'll just, every few weeks or whatever, as things happen, we'll have updates and be a part of it as it happens, make us aware.
Yes, sir.
But thanks for coming today and going through all that.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Yes, thanks, Jeff.
Okay. Well, with number 10, board communication. Think about for next week's meeting or anything, or?
I think we have a essential services meeting Monday, if the weather doesn't interfere.
Oh, what?
We had I was supposed to have E911. You killed the owl. We were supposed to have the E911 and our EMS meeting, or EMA meeting, last week, but it got canceled due to the storms, because we were
Right.
out spotting and things like that, so hopefully the EMS meeting, I believe, is scheduled for Monday. Usually it's the first Monday of the month, so hopefully there's no weather issues. That's, I think, all I have. They are trying to reschedule the EMA and the 911 meetings sometimes, so trying to find a schedule that everybody can take part of.
Two sets of times here for you folks?
It's that right there, thank you. Anything you have?
I went to a NAMI pancake supper the other night. That's the National Alliance for Mental Illness. It was sponsored by them at Wabansi, in the Wabansi room downstairs. It was good, and Chris Adcock said it was the best they'd had yet, so that was good. So, yeah.
Okay. We got a bunch of claims here, looks like.
Yeah.
Them yet?
If you sign.
I'll move that we approve the claims.
Second.
Okay. Let's see the papers here, a motion and a second.
Those were sent out to us, so we'll look at it.
Sign that one. There you go, I think I got them all. Oops.
Okay. Okay, I think I got to the bottom of them. Okay, we got a motion and a second. Discussion, we'll vote. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay. All right, next up, we have meeting minutes. Minutes here.
Oh, Kristen. Oh, dear.
motion that we approve the April 25th minutes, amended minutes per Iowa Public Information Board guidelines.
I'll second that.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
okay. Now we're to 13, closed session, to go into closed session.
Can we take a recess? Yeah, just for,
Do we want to do it in Corey's room or in here?
let's do it in here. Corey's gone.
you can do,
Okay, so if we go into closed session, everybody have to leave this room and
yep.
if we take this action. Want to recess, then go into
Yeah,
it?
I'll make a motion that we recess.
Go into recess. Do we
I'll
have a
second it.
time? How long do we need to recess?
Recessing at 9:47.
Okay, got a motion and a second? Oh, okay, we'll go into recess and we'll come back out here in a few minutes. All those in favor, or we vote on to go into recess?
Aye. Yep.
Aye.
Aye, all right, we're all voted to go into recess.
And you wanna stop the recording on Zoom?
Let's see.